How about this for a twist? Peace talks in the Swiss Alps, a nuclear standoff, and an NBA draft that might just shake up the league, all in one day.
It's a lot to unpack, but that's why we're here. Let's dive in.
Welcome to DeActa Daily Digest. I'm Joseph.
And I'm Juniper. Here are today's top stories.
So let's start with the peace talks in Switzerland. The setting alone is fascinating. Bergenstock Resort, this serene, almost idyllic location, hosting some of the most intense negotiations we've seen in years. What caught your attention, Juniper?
Honestly, it's Pakistan's role that stands out. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Army Chief Asim Munir are right in the thick of it, meeting with both U.S. and Iranian officials. It's not every day you see Pakistan stepping up as a mediator on this scale.
Exactly. Sharif met with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and senior negotiators like Jared Kushner, and then turned around to meet Iran's Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf and Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. It's like they're trying to bridge two worlds that have been at odds for decades.
And let's not forget the backdrop here. These talks are part of a 60-day negotiation timetable outlined in a memorandum of understanding signed by U.S. President Donald Trump and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian. But the talks got off to a rocky start, delayed by renewed clashes between Israel and Hezbollah.
That delay really highlights how fragile the situation is. Even as these talks aim to foster peace in West Asia, the region's volatility is a constant reminder of how high the stakes are. And then you've got Pakistan's Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi making an unexpected trip to Tehran, and their Deputy Prime Minister meeting officials in Cairo. It's like a diplomatic chessboard with so many moving pieces.
It really is. And the stakes couldn't be higher. The U.S. and Iran are trying to navigate long-standing tensions, and Pakistan is stepping into this mediator role. But you have to wonder, can they sustain this without getting pulled into the fray themselves?
That's a great question. And speaking of navigating tensions, the second article takes us deeper into the cautious diplomacy surrounding Iran's nuclear program. The Bergenstock talks were supposed to include a signing ceremony, but that got postponed, probably because of concerns about how it would look to the rest of the world.
Optics are everything in diplomacy, aren't they? Even when progress is being made behind closed doors, the public-facing side of things can derail the whole process. And it sounds like there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work happening to keep these talks alive.
Definitely. One of the biggest sticking points is Iran's nuclear program. The Memorandum of Understanding says Iran reiterates that it won't develop nuclear weapons, but that's not exactly a groundbreaking concession. It's more like a restatement of their existing stance.
And then there are all these technical details to sort out, like the enrichment ceiling for uranium, whether enriched material will be transferred abroad, and how sanctions relief might work. These are complex issues that can't be resolved overnight, especially with U.S. domestic politics adding another layer of difficulty.
That's so true. The timing of U.S. elections makes it tough for any administration to offer what might be seen as generous concessions. It's a balancing act between international diplomacy and domestic political costs.
Meanwhile, the article describes this tenuous equilibrium where there's neither open war nor full peace. It's like everyone's just trying to keep the situation from spiraling out of control while they work toward a longer-term solution.
And then there's the media angle. Photo ops, strategic leaks, competing narratives. It's all part of the game, but it makes it hard to tell what's genuine progress and what's just for show.
Exactly. And speaking of competing narratives, let's shift gears to our third article, the chaotic NBA draft projection. This one's a roller coaster, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's not every day you see a mock draft that includes a blockbuster trade involving Giannis Antetokounmpo. That alone makes this projection stand out. But even beyond that, the picks themselves are full of surprises.
Like Cameron Boozer going #1 to the Washington Wizards. That's a shocker. Most people probably expected someone else, but the idea of pairing Boozer's offensive upside with veteran front court pieces is intriguing.
And then the Utah Jazz taking Darren Peterson at #2 instead of the perceived consensus top prospect. It's all about addressing backcourt logistics and keeping their cap flexibility intact. It's a bold move, but it makes sense when you think about their long-term strategy.
Bold is definitely the word for this draft. The Memphis Grizzlies taking A.J. Debonsa at #3 is another eye-opener. He's got a high ceiling as a wing player, but it raises questions about Ja Morant's future with the team.
And then there's the trade. Giannis to Miami? That's a game changer. The package Miami gives up is massive. Young players, draft picks, even draft rights to a prospect. But it's the kind of move that could instantly make them a championship contender.
It's fascinating to think about how a trade like that would reshape the league. Milwaukee gets Tyler Herro, which could help them rebuild, but losing Giannis would be a huge blow. And Portland's involvement adds another layer of complexity.
The whole draft is like a puzzle, with teams trying to balance immediate needs and long-term potential. Some picks prioritize upside, while others are about filling specific gaps. It's a reminder of how much strategy goes into these decisions.
Absolutely. And the unpredictability is what makes it so exciting. You never know when a team might pull off a surprise pick or a blockbuster trade that changes everything.
It's a lot to take in, but I think we've covered the key points. From peace talks in Switzerland to cautious diplomacy over Iran's nuclear future, and finally to the chaos of the NBA draft. It's been quite a journey.
It really has. If there's one takeaway, it's that whether you're dealing with geopolitics or basketball, the stakes are high and the outcomes are unpredictable.
Well said. Until next time, take care.
You too.